I have spoken to him several times about boundaries.
Mm.
This is a 47-year-old man.
Oh.
Now, if he ain't got no boundaries, why would he put up some for you?
Yes.
What's going on, Rebel family? Today's video, Standing Your Ground. It comes from the Strawberry Letters from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. But before we get to the video, go ahead, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. So, today's video, like I said, it comes from the Strawberry Letters from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. And in this particular Strawberry Letter, a woman writes in and she wants some advice from Steve and Shirley, and but I want to focus on the man's part. And in fact, I thought about it. I said I actually should start a series reviewing some of these strawberry letters, in particular the strawberry letters that men write in to get, I guess, relationship or dating advice from Steve Harvey and Shirley, who's a co-host on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. But and the reason why is because a man trying to get advice from a woman and a simp is a recipe for disaster. So, thinking about doing that, and let's go ahead and jump into the strawberry letter in full detail so we can hear in full context what exactly is going on here.
All
The
right,
gentleman
you
doesn't
can't
ask the
sing.
Hey,
lady
hey,
her
hey,
age.
hey, old ass dude, we talking to you, you damn near 50. You talking about some
You can't
LASIK
see.
surgery.
All right,
You just
let's-
need some damn glasses.
Let's get to the letter. Subject: boundaries. Good morning, Steve and Shirley. I'm a 46-year-old woman with grown kids. An old friend of mine contacted me over a year ago, and we reconnected, and I fell in love. Since we have been out of touch for some years, he let me know that he had 2 children that he spends a lot of time with, which I totally understand. What I do not understand is the boundary lines that I believe are constantly being crossed between he and the kid's mother. I've spoken to him several times about boundaries, but he keeps telling me he is just being a good father. For example, he recently watched the kid's mom's car and checked the oil levels. He stated that he was teaching his son how to maintain a car, and I asked why he didn't teach his son this lesson on his own car. He and the kid's mother also go shopping together often, and all of his visitations with the kids are in her home. I believe that this sends mixed messages and that the boundary lines are all crossed up. She is not in a relationship, and I believe that all of these mixed signals are preventing her from moving on. He listens to the Strawberry Letters daily and swears by your advice. So my question
big
is,
mistake.
am I reading too much in this? Is this what good fathers do?
Okay, before she gives her opinion on the situation. So let's recap. A 47-year-old man reconnects with a 46-year-old woman. She has grown children. Apparently, I guess his children are a little younger. They are still with his ex or ex-wife or whoever she is. And he does a lot of things for his children and the ex-wife or the ex-girlfriend. And this woman said that she has fallen in love and she has spoken to this man about crossing boundaries before. So she's coming in basically to dictate something to this man you know, um, with no authority, so to speak. So let's see what Shirley's going to say. Let's see what kind of advice Shirley's going to give here.
Well, to answer your second question, yeah, a lot of good fathers do this. They spend as much time as possible
Why is the dude
with
chewing
their
that way?
children. They
Sheesh.
do teach their young men how to take care of their mothers and all this. You don't want anything to happen to them. But one thing that sticks out in this letter is that you say you fell in love. You said nothing about we fell in love or you guys fell in love together. Anything like that. You've been out of touch with them for a few years. This man has had a life. He's had this, been doing things kind of like status quo for a long
this
time
dude is-
until you came in the picture.
What the hell is he chewing
That's
on?
not likely to change right at this moment unless something happens to make him want to change. So it depends on how he feels about you and what kind of relationship you guys have. As far as him leaving the woman, still being a dad, but leaving and letting go of this situation. That's what I think. Steve?
Where your ring?
Uh-huh.
Sheesh. Why is he chewing that
All
way?
right.
Okay, okay, he's killing me with the chewing. It just it just exaggerates the lips, and I know he's gotten clowned for his lips before and his teeth and all kinds of stuff, but the way he's chewing, I'm sorry to digress and point that out, but I can't help but notice as I'm watching this video. Anyway, so she didn't give necessarily bad advice. I mean, she didn't give him. I mean, she didn't give it. She didn't give. She wasn't going to be hard on the woman. She just basically stated that the obvious, the woman said that she fell in love, not we fell in love. She didn't give any, it was no aha moment advice there. And this is what I said, especially for men, but the dude calling, he should get some advice, but other than these two, I would say, especially Shirley. But she didn't give anything. Let's see what Steve is going to say here. He basically starts off with, where's the woman's ring? Absolutely, right? But even if she has a ring on that man, even if that man put a ring on her finger, she just can't come in and start dictating because she knows what the situation is before she got there. She knows what it is. Like, hey, look, you accept it, and it is what it is. You can't come in and just start trying to dictate and change everything that the man has going on. But let's see what Steve is going to say here.
And then we'll be back with more.
Well,
Come on.
yo.
Okay, he's just clowning.
You're listening.
Hey, these two are old because they got snacks and eating food. Look at this. This dude got, I don't know, muffin or something, and she got graham crackers. These two are old. I'm sorry, but they're obviously baby boomer generation because she looks easily around the same age as Steve, 60 or so. They're gonna give dudes bad advice, and most young people are not gonna listen to this. Listen to Strawberry Letter. I wasn't even listening to it. It just came across my timeline. So, but I think it's a good way to use examples to explain certain situations, to set boundaries or not accept certain things, and have standards for millennials in the dating market. So let's see what Steve is going to say here.
Bing. Where's your ring?
Okay.
Where
Well, your ring.
Right back.
All we need, all this ain't nothing.
boundaries and all of
You're a
that.
46-year-old woman, grown kids. Old friend of mine contacted me a year ago. We reconnected. I fell in love. As Shirley said, keyword in this sentence
Yeah,
was
that was a big standout. I fell in love.
Okay. Since we had been out of touch for some years, he let me know that he had 2 children that he spends a lot of time with. Well, ain't you got 2 kids? See, you don't meet nobody in their 40s ain't got no history. Okay, which I totally understand. What I do not understand is the boundary lines that I believe are constantly being crossed between he and the kid's mother. Here go the problem. What lines you talking about? Because obviously you talking about some lines in your mind, because he don't see no lines.
Right.
He doing what he do all the way up to last year when y'all reconnected.
Right.
I have spoken to him several times about boundaries. This is a 47-year-old man.
Exactly.
Now,
And he makes a good point there. It's a 47-year-old man, and you're talking to him like he's a kid. And that dude should absolutely. And this is part of. I'm gonna just go ahead and give my thoughts as we're looking at this. I don't have to wait till the end because Steve's saying some of the things that I would say in this case we're kind of in alignment, kind of. Yeah, it's a 47-year-old man. You're talking to him as if he's a kid or he's the help. I've spoken to him about boundaries before. Like, you can't come in dictating anything to a man that you just reconnected with. And that's probably why she's not together with anybody right now. People are not going to take that type of, that dude should tell her what it is and bounce. If you want to keep around and hit it or whatever he's going to do, more power to you. But I wouldn't even put up with that type of thing just even for that momentary pleasure, what have you. And I'm not saying, people are going to do what they're going to do. I'm not advocating to do that. But my point is, I would don't even obviously if she's that way outside of the bed, she's gonna be probably that way in the bed as well, or in the bedroom or whatever. She seems obnoxious and just not a very nice person to be around. But anyway, let's
He
keep
ain't got no boundaries. Why would he put up something for you?
going. Right.
But he keeps telling me he's just being a good father, which is true. For example, he recently washed the kid's mom's car and checked the oils level.
Now, see, here's where Steve, obviously, he's not going to say that. But why is he being a simp for this woman that he's no longer with? I can see if you're still with the woman, and maybe he still is. But I mean, is he kind of dirty macking if he's telling other women that he's no longer with her and that's the ex, but he's secretly with her or whatever? Sure, he doesn't have to explain anything to anybody, but I would just be upfront. Hey, look, this is what it is. You take it or leave it. There's going to be some women that are cool with it, and then you don't have to have all this. You don't have to have a woman talking about, well, I told him about boundaries and so forth and so on. If you just told her, hey, look, this is what it is. I'm what are you going to call it, dating or seeing, whatever it is, whatever word you want to use. Hey, look, yeah, I'm still getting with her, whatever. I like you, whatever. I want to get with you too, whatever. She accept it or she don't. She don't accept the piece. But, if you're going to make it and lie in terms of, hey, we're still together, we're not together, but you are still together, then that's where you're going to have problems. But, just be honest.
He stated that he was teaching his son how to maintain a car. I asked him why he didn't teach his son the lesson on his car.
I mean, look at that. She's crossing boundaries. She's way out of bounds here. I mean, this woman is way out of bounds. Questioning this man as if that's her
He and the
teenage
kid's
son or
mother
something.
also go shopping together often, and all of his visitations are at her house. That cause he stayed there.
Yeah,
I believe that.
that's absolutely
If
correct.
he got
He
an
stayed there.
apartment,
That is funny.
all his visitations is over there, and they go shopping together all the time. That's cause when he go to the refrigerator, he want what he
Okay,
want
Steve
in
is
there.
funny on this one.
See, he want that. Say it again. He want what he want in there.
Yeah.
He got. I'm gonna tell you something else. They ain't just grocery shopping. He got some drawers folded up somewhere.
Okay, Steve.
Get some drawers folded up somewhere.
Every blue moon, Steve is
I
funny.
got some news for you. Hey, you listening?
Yes.
Here's some house shoes under the bed
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yes.
I got to tell you something else too.
Come on now.
This damn toothbrush in there better not nobody use.
Right.
I got some news for you. See, you don't understand.
And she knows this.
I believe that he sends mixed messages that the bound.
He ain't sending mixed messages. It is what it is, and she knows this. This is why she's writing this damn letter to Strawberry Letter. She knows what it is. That's why she's trying to constrain the dude in some form or fashion. Like, well, I told him about boundaries.
Crossed up. She is not in a relationship, and I believe that all these mixed signals are preventing her from moving on. She in a relationship.
Yeah.
She go shopping with a dude. She cook what he want. He got a house shoe. She done buy him toothpaste.
Yeah.
I bet he like Arm & Hammer baking soda toothpaste. I bet he do. Because that's an old player. Old player toothpaste. That's the one I like. I like that one too.
Dude said it's an old player
See, so,
toothpaste.
what you talking about?
Yeah, so that's the end of the video. And Steve is right that is, she understands she understands what it is. She might not want to actually admit it because she, may think she thinks she found the man and she doesn't have, but she's gonna run that man away. I mean, she's 46, so she better get in where she can fit in. It's none of this, hey, I got so many different options that, I can try to dictate to this man what, I can try to dictate to this man of what things that I want him to do or not do and so forth. So she better get in where she can fit in instead of, trying to make this man's life hard and, trying to, tell him what he can and can't do as a 47-year-old man. But the man should obviously, send that lady on her way. You've been with her for a couple of months or whatever it is. You had your fun, whatever, so forth and so on. Let it go at this point. It's nothing else to be gained at this point dealing with that woman. So, but this is a lesson, in terms of crossing boundaries. Don't let some woman come in and start dictating to you what you are going to do and you're not going to do, especially if you have children involved and you have a certain system with your kids and you have a certain rapport and relationship with your kids, and you like doing certain things, even if it is at the mother's house or whatever. If the mother don't have no problem with it and you guys are co-parenting, fine. Don't let some other woman come in and start dictating anything. You send her about her way, because the best thing in life, brothers, is peace. Peace in your life is the best thing. Even, I mean, if you have money and you have no peace, you still, it's problematic. So have peace in your life. Those are my final thoughts. Peace, family.